In the previous lesson, we created a Firebase Firestore data collection, added some movie reviews, and then read those into our app and created a RecyclerView with card views to show the various movies. What we want to do in this lesson is accept the click on one of those cards and display more information or the full review of that movie. We limited the card views to showing just the first 100 characters of the review, but in most cases those are much longer. So I want to be able to click, say on Stand and Deliver, and see the longer review. And we'll handle that in this video lesson. Then the next lesson we'll look at how to add a movie. So in our project, we already created the stub for the on RecyclerView item click in the previous lesson. And all we need to do then is code that out. And what we're going to do is create a custom dialog using another XML file. But before we do that, I'd like to just make sure that this is working. So I'm going to add some code here. So what I've done is create a variable called ABC, and I'm going to get a index of movies to pull out a particular movie from our list, and just get the title, and I'm going to convert that title to uppercase. And the position here is going to be the integer that's passed to this. Now the integer that's passed is from our click listener. I'm going to take the movie's RecyclerView because we need a reference for our snack bar, and we could actually use any view here. And then I'll use the snackbar.make. I'm going to pass it my view, which was our RV movies, and then just tell them you clicked, and then whatever they clicked, and it'll be all uppercase, and we'll show this for a long period of time. So let me just test this. We'll see if we're actually getting the click listener to work appropriately. So if I click A Few Good Men, we'll watch the snack bar at the bottom, and it says I clicked A Few Good Men. Here's Silverado, and there is Stand and Deliver. So my clicks in the RecyclerView are working just fine. Now we just need to handle that to show the dialog with the full review of the movie that was clicked. So again, I'm going to end my emulator, and we'll come back to our project. For our custom dialog, we're going to create a new layout. So I'll right-click on Layout, choose New, Layout Resource File. I'm going to call this one Details. And rather than a constraint layout, I'd like a card view layout. Choose that, and I'll click OK. So we have our card view, and now we need to populate that card view. And again, I'm just going to fast forward through the video and show you the result and walk you through that process. So here then is the card view, and I just gave it a little background color. I have a linear layout in that card view, which contains a text view at the top here. That's just sort of a title. It says Full Review Details. Then I have a text view called TV Details Title. That's going to be the title of our movie. A horizontal linear layout that contains the TV Details Genre and TV Details Rating fields. And then back to our main layout, we have our TV Details Review and our TV Details Reviewer. And then I added a constraint layout with a button for OK, and we'll handle that button click to dismiss the dialog. And I use the constraint layout just because I find it easier sometimes to use constraints to get the button where I want it to go. Here is the code, and so I'm going to just kind of scroll through this and pause. You can stop and pause your video and check your code against mine. All right, I'm going to go back to our main activity, and I'm going to create a method for calling that dialog. So I'm going to call it show details dialog. I'm going to pass it a data record, let's call REC, that is of type movie review. And we will call this from our on RecyclerView item click method and pass it the movie review that we're getting here for ABC. And once again, let me pause my video and I'll show you the result of the code. So in this method, I'm going to create a dialog. We're going to set the content view of that dialog to the details XML. And I just need to reference the various views on that details layout. That's what these next 6 lines do, including the OK button. And then we're going to populate those views with the data from our rec movie review that was passed to this method. So the title, genre, rating, review, reviewer. And then for the OK button, all I want to do is just dismiss this. We're not going to handle anything that, in this dialog. We're basically just pausing the screen, allowing the user to click the OK button to dismiss it. And of course, with all that created, we're going to show our dialog. That's all there is to that. In our onRecyclerView, though, we need to call this method. I'm going to comment out my 2 lines for the snack bar. I'm going to change the val ABC to just be the movies and the index that was clicked. And then all we need to do here, what we're going to do here is show our details dialog, calling that method. I'm going to pass it ABC. Let's test this. So I click Silverado. There is the full review. Click the OK button. Stand and deliver. And A Few Good Men. In the next video, we'll code the Add Movie button with another XML file for our data entry form. And there we'll use some spinners for the genre and the rating. If you just jumped into this video, you can see all the videos from the Android App Development Cohort playlist by clicking on the image in the lower right. And if you'd like to be alerted to future videos that I create, you can click my picture up in the top right and subscribe to the channel.